Okay, I'm Genteria Banks, public speaking, online, Miss Lewis, and my formative speech is on breastfeeding and the important components, and this is my audience. Okay, so today I'll be speaking about breastfeeding and the components of and the important nutrients provided through breast milk. I'm a younger mother who learned about breastfeeding the second time around. Breastfeeding is important when it comes to providing the nutrients needed for the infant child and helping with the mother with the uterus contraction. Breastfeeding components, the basics of breastfeeding aids in again weight loss, uterus contractions. First time moms are usually not as prepared for breastfeeding or the knowledge of because usually the first time around the child is a surprise. The female body creates the perfect mixture for the baby. It has casein 40% for babies, and we again created by the human body. This helps with digestion in the gastrointestinal tract. Lactoferrin helps with the growth of the iron-dependent bacteria. The After finding out that there is a newborn headed, you have to decide to breastfeed or to not breastfeed. There are important components in not breastfeeding, and there are important components in breastfeeding, which would be skin to skin contact is said to reduce stress for baby after a delivery. So it's the soothing mechanism for the newborn babies. It helps the mommy and baby bond. The health and wellness of the baby can also be a very important component of breastfeeding when it comes to the nutrients provided through breast milk. That will be, let's see, again, casein and wheat. The choice to breastfeed is a very important choice. You can you can talk to your OBGYN to discuss the options, whether it will be a health risk for you or the child, whether it will be the best decision. You have to consider time and you have to map out a plan. If you're a working mom, you have to speak with your employers to determine if there are breastfeeding procedures and policies, if there will be a place to pump, if there's going to be a place to store the milk while you pump. Also, when you're breastfeeding, you have to consider your diet. You have to eat well. You have to you have to eat well, and the second thing would be with making an informed decision on would you be able to tolerate pumping for hours and storing milk, learning about how long milk could be stored after pumping the milk. Um, so in conclusion, the first time around, most first time moms do not breastfeed because of lack of information, because of lack of knowledge, and just overall not preparing for the child. In research, studies show that the second time moms are more than likely to breastfeed because more informed decisions are being made, and they're learning about the very important components that help in the first 6 to 12 months of the life of the newborn infant. The end. Thank you.